LoreWarrior Armour. Anhur Transport. Overview. The clans engage in short, goal-oriented military engagements whenever possible, but the need to maintain a flow of materiel and equipment to the field has long been a concern, exacerbated during the Inner Sphere invasion. While dropships do serve to carry necessary equipment and supplies between worlds, their use is too expensive for on-world transportation. As a practical alternative, the clans use transport vehicles like the Anhur. One of the few designs to predate Ilkhan Winston's vehicle design review, the Anhur is based on the classic Star League Cobra chassis. Capabilities. Like the NETC Comstar Karnov UR design, also based on the Cobra, the Anhur uses a tilt rotor design, giving it a V/STOL capability. Capable of taking off or landing without the benefit of a prepared runway, the vehicle is sustainable for delivering supplies directly to units in the field. This role all but guarantees encounters with enemy troops, and so it carries a formidable array of weaponry. Nose-mounted extended range and pulse lasers provide both range and volume of fire, allowing the Anhur to discourage any threats on the ground and the air. A pulse laser mounted to the rear of the airframe discourages pursuit and can provide cover fire when loading or unloading cargo. The cavernous cargo bay is rated for loads of around 7 tons and can carry anything from light vehicles or cargo to conventional infantry platoons. 3 tons of advanced armour composites provide the crew and the cargo with considerable protection against fire, but the Anhur relies primarily on its speed and terrain masking to avoid being seen or engaged. The vehicle's crew, consisting of a pilot, co-pilot and loadmaster, specialise in ground-hugging flights. Accustomed to the violent pitching and rolling that accompanies these flights, they often appear to take a perverse pleasure in the discomfort this causes their passengers. Deployment. All clans use it for logistical operations, but relatively few use them for combat. Only clans Blood Spirit, Hell's Horses and Star Adder permanently assign the vehicle to combat units as an infantry transport. Clans Fire Mandrill, Goliath Scorpion, Ice Hellion and Snow Raven use them for combat duties on ad hoc basis. So overall, it's a 30-ton VTOL, it has a Fusion 100 power plant and can travel at 86 kph cruise and 130 kph flank. Its armour is the airframe pattern 2841 ferrofibrous, armed with a single Series 2F extended range medium laser and 2 Calibri Delta Series medium pulse lasers, manufactured by various clans. Its communication system is the Karn Series Type 2, and its targeting and tracking system is the Mark 11 IHADS. So overall, this is a 8 and 12 cruise and flank movement with 13 heat sinks. It has 15 armour on the front, 14 on the sides, 13 on the rear, and 2 on the rotors, wherever they be counted. The ER medium laser is front mounted with the pulse lasers, one in the front and one in the rear, and then the cargo is the body section in the middle. It's always good to see logistical vehicles in Battletech, just like the TRO vehicle annex, which I will one day also get through the rest of the entries in that. This is certainly a well put together vehicle. It's perfectly fitting, just like the Karnov. It's a clan version of it, and yeah, it's a big bastard by the look of it. The artwork certainly conveys the sense that this is a large transport vehicle. You can see with the gunner's mount there at the front with their sort of cockpit, and then you've got the pilot up at the top, and sort of being able to guide it in. A great action shot there of it obviously taking off as well, after probably picking up some infantry or dropping off, and yeah, it looks really, really good. Not much else to say about it other than the fact that it's the kind of thing that again you can use to highlight enemy infantry being dropped off as reinforcement, or a vehicle being dropped off, that kind of thing. Players being able to maybe get hold of their own Anhur transport to use for some role-playing scenarios, being able to insert the players into a particular area on foot, that kind of thing, if they manage to nab one for themselves. I'm sure this is probably also the kind of vehicle that would be sold, possibly, by Diamond Shark. I could certainly see this winding up in the hands of a few buyers, let's say, who are interested in this kind of vehicle. Because it's not like particularly powerful, it doesn't have any like proprietary tech or is super advanced in any way, but certainly the kind of thing that I could see a mid-level mercenary company maybe wanting to get their hands on, especially being that it's clan equipment. It's going to be of a higher standard, and yeah, being able to nab something like that would be pretty good. I could also see these kind of things being salvaged a lot by the Great Houses, especially when they invaded Smoke Jaguar territory, for instance, or any of the planets within the Inner Sphere that they probably hold several of these on. So these are probably much sought after vehicles for the Great Houses to grab for themselves to use for similar runs that the Karnov would do. But obviously these things would do it a bit better because, yeah, clan tech is just better overall. Yeah, it's there's not much else to really say about it, is there? It's got decent firepower for what it is. Pulsars obviously give it a nice bonus to its chance to hit. I would be interested in the angle of fire for the rear-mounted medium laser, whether it's literally just the rear arc or if it can rotate the guns. I assume not, but it could be. It's probably one of those. There'll be a quirk somewhere in another book that'll tell you it can. So, yeah, I'll probably have to go look that up and see. Or someone in the comments down below will be very generous and tell me if it does or doesn't. But anyway, I'll leave it there. That's the Anhur transport. As always, thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you have a good week, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.